Okay, so here we are again in another one of these videos this week. I'm just going to keep doing this back to back and make sure you guys have as many of these as possible. Next one on our list is going to be... Also, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to make this video. Let's get right into it. So we're starting this video off with RageZombae. Alright, let's see. Thriller Bark speed run, nothing happens. Well, that's all we need to know. Alright, next video. This is a very good speed run.
Number 1, orange vest Luffy is a sin, and I fucking hate it. You can't see it because it's on my phone. Number 2, Brook already showed up. I thought I'd have to do a whole thing with him. No, he's on a ship. There you go, there's Brook. I found him.
Oh.
Anything ever happens to that fuck-ass skeleton, I'm gonna burn the world. That's Laboon! He's gotta go meet Laboon? Are you kidding me? I don't know, you guys, this is your fault.
Y'all got me effed up. What? What did I do?
Fault.
What?
I didn't do fucking shit.
Exactly.
What the fuck? That is the no. On Robin's limit, and that is making a flesh mech suit, which is fair. It's on you, One Piece. I know Zoro doesn't die because he gets a character model change. Fuck you. I saw that art. I seen it. I know he gets
What
like
did I do?
streetwear shit. You got me fucked up. You stupid. He's fine.
What? Me?
Zoro. Too stupid to die. Number 1.
Damn. Why is she so mean? Okay, this one is a little more easygoing. This is Jess. Let's go ahead and watch Jess. Oh, look, it's Shanks in the cover. Sorry, I just missed Shanks.
If there's one thing I learned while reading the Jaya arc is don't let the haters say that you can't follow your dreams, because we're going to the sky. As always, thank you everyone following along my One Piece journey.
Okay.
Please follow if you want.
Oh, this is an 8-minute video.
As
okay.
I'm reading One Piece for the first time. I just finished the Jaya arc, and why do these really short arcs just hit so hard for me?
Damn. I thought this was a reaction reading. She just finished it? Damn, that was a very quick reaction.
I love this arc so much. Of course, it had the overarching theme of following your dreams, even if people are hating on you.
Okay.
And I just felt like this is a lot of adversity that our crewmates face in the entire One Piece journey that I've read so far. And so I really loved how blatant this theme was throughout this arc. Our crew is sailing along, the log post points up, and they're like, what's going on here? They meet Masira, and he is going to try to scavenge a ship that had fallen from the sky. This whole part of the arc was just really funny, how Luffy and Zoro were underwater, and Masira's crew kept getting beaten up, and they thought it was just like the Neptunians who were doing it, and it just turned out that it was actually Luffy and his crew. So Luffy's crew decides, all right, let's go to Jaya. We can ask around, how do we get to the sky? Because we want to check out the Sky Island.
Yeah.
So they show up at Jaya, and I just love like the chaos and the craziness of how it's basically a lawless land, and it's just really funny to me. And they show up and they say, hey, do you guys know how we can get to the Sky Islands? And they just get laughed at. They get laughed at so hard, and they're like, okay, well, this is where we want to go. Fortunately, Robin is able to get some information, which, let's talk about Robin real quick.
Okay.
I was right that in Alabasta, Robin was able to read the hieroglyphics, or the poneglyphs. I keep calling them hieroglyphics.
Same thing.
But Robin was able to read it, and she didn't pass along the information to Crocodile. But what she truly wanted to know was more of like the history aspect, and this was the last one she needed to read, and it didn't have what she was looking for.
Okay.
And she was just really upset by it, and just didn't see any point in continuing on. But of course Luffy was like, no, not on my watch, you're coming with me. Brings her out of the poneglyphs area, and now she's like, all right, fine, if that's how you're gonna be, I'm joining your crew, because what else do I have?
Okay.
And this
Damn.
is an amazing
Didn't even bother
addition to the
asking me
crew.
first.
I feel like she, first off, has cool powers. Second off, is an interesting character because she has a very interesting arc, and we know that she has other motivations, and I'm sure those are going to come to light soon.
Okay.
And we needed another girl on the crew. So anyway.
Did we? Yeah, we did. We definitely did. We definitely did. It was getting a little overran, but fair enough. Fair enough.
Robin finds out that there is a guy who has exorbitant dreams, and his name is Cricket, and he lives on the other side of the island. So they sail over there to get some more information about how to get to the Sky Islands. It was so interesting to me that the flashback of Cricket's like great grandfather, who everyone thought he was a liar because he said that there was an island that had a ton of gold. Everyone sails over there and the gold is gone. He says, well, it's sunk. It's underwater now. And then everyone didn't believe him, called him a liar. And it's very similar to Usopp's character arc. But the funniest thing is, at one point, Usopp is getting really frustrated with Cricket, and he's like calling him a liar and getting really angry. And
that's
like,
ironic.
My guy, if it's not the pot calling the kettle black. Speaking of Usopp's lies, I did catch when they were still sailing and there were like the big like shadowy monster giants. And
Okay.
Usopp like says something like, I've unalived 10 of these before. And I'm like, okay, well, here's another one of Usopp's lies. And I'm like, okay, if Usopp is lying now, I know that you guys have said his lies back when we first met him will come true eventually. Will his lies that he's telling now throughout their journey to the One Piece, do those come true later on too? I feel like they...
Does Usopp unalive 10 giant 10 giant shadowy monster thingies? Let's keep going.
So I'm going to keep an eye out. Everyone keeps hinting that these big shadowy giants are going to come back. And so
They
I'm
are?
counting on you to take down 10 of them. We also have all these like side stories going on. And we're bringing in all of these characters that we've met along the way and new characters. And like, we're getting information about what's going on there. And honestly, I was getting a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of information I was getting and trying to recall all of these characters from the past. So we checked in with Buggy, who Ace, it happens to be on his ship now, and Ace falls asleep and the rest of Buggy's crew is like, now's our chance, let's get rid of him. And Buggy is like, no, because if we do that, he's part of Whitebeard's crew and I don't want to risk having Whitebeard mad at me.
Okay.
Really interesting because that kind of shows like how scary I guess Whitebeard is, because Buggy doesn't seem to get scared easily. And then we check in with the 5 elders of the government because Crocodile obviously is no longer one of the 7 warlords. So they need to replace him because we need 7.
Who's gonna replace him?
We get 2 new characters who are 2 warlords, and then we get another cameo of Hawkeye who shows up, and they are talking about...
So up until now, the warlords that we know about is Hawkeye and Crocodile. Hawkeye, Mihawk, and Crocodile. Who else is there?
Having Shanks be one of the 7 warlords, which is very interesting because we haven't seen Shanks in a while. Then
Shanks is a warlord. Okay.
Shows up and he's like, no.
So 3
I know
warlords.
Needs to be it. I think it should be Blackbeard. And then we get a picture, and who is that guy that we saw from the beginning of the Jaya arc?
Blackbeard.
That guy was so interesting because just randomly him and Luffy were like eating food, and Luffy's like, oh, this pie is the best thing I've ever tasted, and Blackbeard's like, oh, it's the worst pie I've ever tasted. And then they're drinking something, and Blackbeard's like, this is the most delicious drink I've ever had, and Luffy's like, oh, it sucks, I hate it. And then there's that panel, I'll include it here, where Blackbeard is saying basically like, you know, your dreams will never die, follow your dreams, and, you know, really honing on this overarching theme of the Jaya arc, which again is like a big contrast. I found it really interesting that Blackbeard and Luffy are very different, and this showed in their taste of food and drink, and that, you know, Blackbeard is like someone who may be one of the 7 warlords in the future. He's a scary pirate, and Luffy is like our fun, loving, goofy pirate who's going after the One Piece and making friends along the way. But at the end of the day, they both want to follow their dreams, and they're like, there's an island in the sky, I gotta go. So we all know a lot is gonna happen now that we know who Blackbeard is, we know who Whitebeard is. Shanks' name is going
actually, yeah. Is there some kind of relation, like Blackbeard, Whitebeard? Like, is there some kind of relation there? Because maybe I'm tripping, but I don't see any beard or mustache on him.
And Buggy's back, and Ace
Maybe
is on
he has
Buggy's
like a peach
ship.
fuzz.
There's just so many characters that are coming back, and I just feel like this was like a major like information / setup arc that is really going to propel us forward, both in a literary sense and then also physically up into the sky to Skypiea. I need to go immediately jump into Skypiea because this was great. I cannot wait to see what islands are like in the sky because they're already crazy as hell in the ocean. So thank you to everyone who commented on my last video giving me some ideas of places where I could film myself with reaction.
Of course, no problem.
And also giving me ideas of stopping places where I can check in with you guys because the Skypiea arc is much longer than Jaya, and I already struggle to fit this in an acceptable amount of time.
You're all good. You're all good. I'm glad they were able to help you out. You guys are probably wondering what happened to Sarah, also known as Slayruh or Slayruh, where she's been. Well, she's been reading she's been doing some Guitar Hero stuff at night. She's been doing some workouts. Those are going really well from what I can tell. And then she's also been reading some horror stuff / darker stuff. So like we're looking at Berserk. She's been reading Berserk, and of course, as you can see here, Uzumaki. We're gonna go ahead and watch this real quick just to see what she's been up to, and then we'll go ahead and go back to usual One Piece stuff. So
I finished my very first horror manga, Uzumaki by Junji Ito, and I want to talk about it. Did I love this? Absolutely. I love this so much. In fact, I want more manga recommendations like this. From what I was told, though, there's not a lot in the way of horror manga. So these are some spoiler-free thoughts I have about this. Now, would I recommend this book to everyone? Absolutely not. I think this book has a very narrow and very select audience. Who do I think this book is for? Well, I think it's for people who like weird, spooky, gory books.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it horror in the sense as in, whoa, I'm scared, or is it horror in the sense as in, like it's just gory? Then wouldn't you just say it's gore? I feel like those are two very different. Like, wouldn't you just say it's like obscene or something like that? Because like when you're watching something like a horror movie, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. When I'm watching a horror movie, I'm like, jump scare, right? When you're reading a horror book, do you get jump scare? You're like, oh no, like it just doesn't quite compute to me, right? Maybe I just haven't read any horror lately, right? But like how does it like I wonder like how is it just gory? It sounds like it would just be gory.
And this, like I said, is spoiler free, but this is about a fog-bound town on the coast of Japan.
Okay.
It's cursed.
Oh.
And it's cursed by a pattern. It's cursed by spirals.
Oh. Uzumaki. Makes sense.
Okay, so this also is not for people who have a phobia of spirals, which I didn't know was a thing, but
that's a real thing?
The artwork in here is very disturbing and very gory at times. I loved the fact that this read with each different chapter being kind of like a short story, but it's all related and it's all very cohesive. I also really like the fact that like once you finish this, it's done. Like this is a completed story in one book. Another really cool thing about this manga is that as you're reading through, there are some pages that are actually illustrated with color, which I think is pretty unique as far as the manga genre in general. So, like I said, if you are one of my manga friends on here and you have recommendations for me that are like Uzumaki, please let me know because this like scratched an itch I didn't know I had. And while yes, I love Berserk so much and I really enjoy One Piece as well, like this was a lot of fun.
Your nails are so cool. I just only noticed them. Huh. Usually whenever people like get their nails done and stuff, they do like them like nail video reviews or whatever. I don't think I've seen one from her yet.
Horror girly deep in my soul. So anyway, if anyone else has read Uzumaki, I'd love to talk to someone about it because it was just a weird little book and I loved it. So that's it.
Nice. Okay, well, that's where she's at. And let's go back to One Piece. This is somebody called PandyPandy, okay?
One Piece update. So, I guess while the Straw Hats were gone for these last 2 years, another group of Straw Hats had just popped up out of the fucking blue. Talking about these fucking guys. I wholeheartedly believe that the people
Who's that?
in the One Piece universe are some of the most gullible fucking idiots I have ever fucking seen. There's absolutely no way that y'all looked at the wanted posters and thought these guys.
Okay, all right. Let me help you understand Pandy Panda. PandyPandy. My bad. PandyPandy. Okay, so have you seen the Daniel Radcliffe lookalike? The I Show Speed lookalike? There's several celebrity lookalikes out there, right? Even some celebrities look like each other. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The problem with this is that in the One Piece world, okay, look. You and I, PandyPandy, and everybody else watching this video, if we randomly saw some other people or randomly heard, because most people haven't seen the Straw Hats, believe it or not, okay? We've seen them because we're reading their story. Most people haven't seen the Straw Hats. If we haven't heard about some random terrorist out in the ocean causing terror, okay, we haven't seen them, we've only heard about them and seen pictures about them, not even video, by the way, pictures about them, and then randomly out of nowhere one day they show up in front of you, somebody who looks like them, relatively speaking, like them, okay, same color scheme, all of that stuff, you'd be thinking, oh no, is this dumb? Obviously, right? Like, that's the whole point. That's how it works, you know. They're supposed to be lookalikes. They're not very well done lookalikes. But in the average One Piece citizen does not know what a Straw Hat looks like. So, because again, they are these dangerous criminals out there in the world. So, like, what do you expect them to think?
These fucking guys.
Yeah,
the
duh.
Straw Hats? You
Well,
think over these
obviously.
last 2 years that everybody in the Straw Hats ate some fucking body fruit and changed their fucking appearances? Are you fucking kidding me? When the fake Luffy bumped into the real Luffy and Luffy hit them with the bro, and they all just dropped. I was like, oh my fucking god. My nigga Luffy locked the fuck in over these last 2 years, bro. I really want to see all of the Straw Hats confronting the fake Straw Hats, and I want everybody to just be like, oh. But anyway, I'm gonna keep on watching.
Sure. Yeah. This is red-haired Mari. She is on Punk Hazard. Wow, she's been making a lot of headway.
To depict a centaur. Oh, no. It's just his half stuck. His top half is stuck somewhere else. Confused. Zoro looks so good. Truly.
Yeah, that's
How did it go from blazing
we had to acknowledge
hot
that.
to freezing cold and there's snow? These Grand Line islands are fucking insane. There's a giant lake, and across from it, the other side of the island, is a range of ice. Side features constant blazes and an active volcano. What is going on? Yep. Snail did say it was cold, so that means all the people that they were looking for are on the other side of the island. Is that an angel? There's angels?
You read Skypiea, right?
Oh, no, they're locked up. Maybe human traffickers don't need a skeleton. He's got a point. He's also not human. But I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, on Sabadi they were selling everything, so. The fuck is that? Oh, is this the other half of the dude? This is definitely similar to Buggy's power. I was cut down to this size, and I know not the name of the one responsible. I thought myself dead, but then this happened. It is a shame of a warrior to be defeated in combat and left alive to tell the tale. I would commit seppuku to end this sorry spectacle if I could, but even in my shame, there is a dire matter to address first. How weird, it's like Buggy, yep. This is called fashion. Nothing but breast pants. Jesus. Sanji having the gall to say, you filthy horn dog, as if Sanji doesn't sexualize Nami and every other woman that he comes across. Isn't that right? Samurai from Land of Wano.
Oh.
The top knot here is
Land of Wano, what is that?
Of Wano. Then the killer samurai guy, the guy I was talking about, was him. What the? The only reason we're in this mess in the first place is because we got a distress call from the guys you were slicing up. Came to this island to save my son's life, and I would cut down thousands if they dared stand between me and my goal. Well,
Who's the guy?
valiant goal. Got a good goal. It's just a dude trying to save his dad, his son.
Who's the son?
What are these? They're huge children.
Oh, is that such a funny statement? These kids are kind of big.
A centaur? Interesting way to depict a centaur. Oh, no. It's just...
That was it? Oh my gosh, bro. There isn't more? Oh my gosh. I need to know more. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and leave you guys in that cliffhanger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy. And thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video.